Soak here in the Skype Live studio. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome back to Portland. I found that this is your second time in less than a year that you've been through town. Let me. I don't think I asked you this question because we were talking about the weather. What was the weather like back in September?
I'm pretty sure it was raining.
It was probably raining. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had this conversation and how it it's like don't expect this. It's not normal. And then your engineer is like, you always say that. It's always nice here when I come to visit. So welcome, opening up for the Lumineers. You've been opening for them the start of their tour. Are you popping in there?
Yeah.
How's it going so far?
Really, really good, yeah. I love it.
Loving the crowds?
Yeah, the crowds have been amazing. It's like loads of the shows are sold out, so it's fun.
Your kind of escalation into like kind of people's, into the music scene has been pretty quick here. In 2015, I think BBC named you onto their list of, there's a proper name for it here, the sound of 2015.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? What was that like as a kind of a newcomer?
At that point, it was like the biggest thing that had happened to me so far, so it was really, really exciting.
And then the album, by the way, is called Before We Forgot How to Dream. Came out last year. I think I can't remember if I read it or heard it as I do my research, which has to do with Wikipedia. But you are a relatively newcomer, so there's not a lot out there. But when you got into music, it was actually because your brother got a guitar and you saw him play and you thought, I could do better than that.
Yeah, he got a guitar for Christmas and learned to play Smoke in the Water.
Yeah.
And then I was in secret because my dad plays guitar and he taught my brother. And then one night I asked my brother to teach me how to play it, and he wrote out this really dodgy guitar tab on a piece of paper. And then I learned to play it and was like, wow, I'm great.
And here you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Showed him. It's a lot of that sibling rivalry is always great. You're from Northern Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Do people often ask you the biggest differences between
Often.
and the biggest differences are
Nothing. A border.
right at border, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm curious about that because Jared, who does afternoons, he's music director here at KINK, we were talking and he's like, she's Irish, and I'm like, she's Northern Irish, thinking that I had the upper hand, but
Yeah.
I really don't, do I?
No,
I
not really.
You enjoying your tour through the States? This is your first tour with your full band?
Yeah. I like it. I like these guys.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned you were here last September. They look like a good bunch of guys. But is this your first experience, though, with America, being out on your own? Or had you traveled here before, previous to all this?
I've been here 3 times on tour, but it's always been for a week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks.
Okay, so now you're in it.
It's intense. It's
visiting
6 weeks.
Okay, and you're seeing us Americans. You're like, that's what I always hear about you Americans.
Yeah. I've not been surprised yet.
Well, hopefully tonight at the show with the Lumineers, maybe some surprises, but I think you're going to get a good crowd at the Schnitzer. How about some more music?
Cool.
It's Soak here in the Skype Live studio.